G'day guys, Simon from HiveKeepers here. Thanks for tuning in again. What I need to do today is I've got a really busy, productive, healthy colony, and it's early October here in Australia, so it's into our springtime. I had a good look through it the other day. A lot of queen cells, so I suspect it's any day now it's going to swarm. Today's our first nice warm day. It's windy, so hopefully you can hear this okay. If I didn't do this today and I left it another week, I suspect that either today or some of the other warm days that we're getting later in the week, this colony would swarm and I'd lose obviously half of my bees. As I always say, if there is something I'm doing here that you think I could do differently, or there's something horribly wrong or something great that you've learnt, let us know. I'd just like to know if I'm on the right track and if I'm telling you the right thing. So please get in touch and let me know. I will just say hivekeepers.com or the HiveKeepers YouTube channel, that's how you can stay in touch. Please give me your comments. I need to learn and get better at this. We all need to. So we've got to do this split today. I'm going to move fairly quickly. These two boxes here, I'm going to take most of the top box and put it here and start a new colony here. Most of the frames that go in there are going to be frames with brood and the queen cells that I've seen. The queen cells need to be there. Number one thing, I can't have the queen that's still in there now moved over to here. I need to keep her there. That's my aim. That could be a bit of a challenge. We'll see how we go going forward. But at the end of this, I've got a 2-box colony here, a 2-box colony there. That's got the original queen. This has got all the queen cells, and they'll develop their own. That gives you a rough idea of the direction I'm heading. I'm probably just going to have to power through it, so if I don't get back to you in the next little while, I'm sorry, but you'll just be able to follow me through and hopefully it all makes sense. I better get to it. Nice, probably 20, what do you reckon, Luke? 22, 23 degrees today?
Feels like it.
It's around about that, and a really nice day, as you can see. A lot of activity, as you'd expect. These guys have always been really busy. Just letting them settle down a little bit. I've been caught out a bit this spring, not having enough gear and not quite being ready, so I'm certainly making do with my equipment. So I had a look in here the other day. Have a look at that, Luke. I've got another video on there, the September inspection, which shows you all of this, so I won't go into huge details. But as you can see, it's chock-a-block. There's plenty going on, really healthy. The only issue is obviously the ability, their likelihood of swarming shortly. I don't want that to happen. I'm going to put this just down over here. I don't want that to happen, but I'm sort of a bit stuck with the inappropriate weather that we've had. It's been a tough spring in this part of Australia. When I say tough, it's just been really wet, and the weather's it's not cleared up to a warm day, and if it has been a warmer day, it's always had some wind. So a lot of other people have had the same issue. So what I need to do now, just want to loosen this off. I haven't lifted this box up yet, this here. See, it's well stuck together. Just wanted to loosen that. How I'm going to do it, I've just got to go with the moment. I've just got to clear out these boxes here. Sort of a step behind in my thinking. That's all right. You can see here all the bees clustering around this box. They think that that's their hive that they're supposed to go to, but anyway, it's not. I don't want them to be there. So this is my setup. This will be the new box down the bottom. I'm going to move the frames from there across, checking for queens, the queen and the like on the way. They're really full to the brim. There's hardly any space in there. Just loosening that off, lifting it up. Lots of drones. Can you, Luke, you'll see down the bottom there that queen cell, just in the shadow, I think it is. I'll put it to there for you. So you can see them there. That's it, just down there. So that's really good. I want that. Like that's helpful. I'll be putting that in that other box, but in the meantime I'm doing a quick check, and I'm going to make it really quick. a quick thorough check. Can those two things go together? I don't know. Just make sure there's no queen on here. Such a nice warm day for this finally. I bet every beekeeper who's half serious about it's out doing something with their bees today. Some huge drones, it's good to see. So I'm happy with that. Whilst there's no brood on here, I'm going to put that one across because it's got the that queen cell. It's about to get busy in the air. Anyway, I'm going to finalise the order that I put that in shortly. I don't exactly know what order it's going to go in yet. And whilst you're driving the camera, Luke, if you're the dude... Oh, I get done again. I've got done a few times today. Through the suit, not what you want. If you see a queen that I haven't spotted, Luke, yell it out.
No worries.
Look how busy it is.
It is full.
So I've finally got some brood on here in the centre. Some drone cells down the bottom. I mean, I saw all this the other day, so some of you would have already seen this with the other video that's up. Just looking for the queen. It's really important to be methodical and try to use a practical method to spot the queen. I don't know how easy it is to see, Luke, but in through here there's a lot of eggs, and that's exactly what I need to have coming with us to that other one. Definitely need eggs.
You can see that through here.
Yeah, you'll see that over there. I especially need to make sure that there's no queen, of course. So up there you're seeing some larvae, some eggs, certainly eggs through the centre here. It's cool. There's a queen cup down the bottom forming, but it's not really doing a whole lot. Just finished my check for the queen. Like, a queen moves fairly quickly through a hive. That's what I've always noticed. I probably made a bit of a mistake by knocking all of those bees off. I'll declare that. What I should have done is left them on there. All of the nurse bees would stay in that hive with that brood, and all of the foraging bees would end up back at the hive over here. I'll just make sure that the next time I do that, I don't shake them all off. So a little bit of an error. I'll do better this time, promise. So I need to really have a close look. Like, it's a busy frame. Trying to look through to spot some eggs, because that's important too. You want eggs that are really fresh to be in that new colony to create a queen. I'm certainly not seeing a queen here. Gee, I reckon I'm just witnessing some bees doing, it looks to me like they're doing the waggle dance. That's cool. Not seen that before. Look at that. Look at all those queen cells. So this is exactly what we need. I need them over there to give us the best chance. And if we see that, like, I reckon there's one which either a queen's trying to emerge out of now. I reckon that's a queen in there now, trying to come out. If that's a pretty cool moment. So that other one's open, but I reckon I already damaged that one last time I checked in here. I reckon, can you see it nice and close? I reckon I'll just do another quick check if there's a queen here. I've got to get that in there, because that might be the queen that carries on with this colony. Unreal. That is cool. So I still need to fill that box with as much brood as I can. Tiny bit of the alarm pheromone, just a little bit in the air. I I really need a couple of frames with some more eggs in them. That's just the key to this at the moment. Can someone please invent a device that can allow me to successfully scratch my nose when I'm in a bee suit? That'd be good. So another queen cup there. Nothing in it though. So I'm not really seeing the eggs. Oh yes, there's eggs in here. That's great. I needed that. I was starting to worry we weren't going to have enough. Probably see that quite a few big drones in here. Where are they? Just lost sight of them now. Big drone there, big boy. Queen cup down here. Drone cells for those that aren't sure what they're looking for. But whilst I've done this, I think I can safely say there's no queen here. I'd be embarrassed if you're watching this video and you've seen the queen and you're like, there it is, there it is. Don't do it. But I think I'm pretty safe. They've just got that walk about them. It's the way they move that I reckon that sticks out to me more than anything. So again, this is going to come over here. So that's 4 frames, of which 3 have good brood on them. If I get one more with good brood, especially eggs, I'm happy, and then the rest can be honey and pollen. One thing I don't know is what's happening in the bottom box, because I need to make sure I've left enough down there to continue it all working along nicely here. Geez, plenty of drones. So many drones. Look at all the honey. Beautiful honey. So this is perfect to go over there to give them some food. There's also some larvae again. So that's really just spot on. It's probably going to almost complete what I need. Except I just need to make sure I'm not transporting the queen across. Pretty happy about that. So just to recap on this here, there's about 4 to 5 frames you want with good brood on it there, especially the eggs, as I said. Those queen cells, you need them as well. That gives you a bit more of a surety that you're actually going to get what you need, which is a queen. All the foraging bees that have been transported there will fly their way back over to the other hive, because that's where they believe that they know their home is. All of the nurse bees will stay in here and will look after that brood, and they'll obviously then develop into a foraging bees in a short amount of time, in the next week or 2, and then I'll start to see more activity at this hive entrance. In the meantime, I don't think I'll see a lot of activity at this hive entrance over the next couple, maybe 5 or 7 days. That's probably how it's going to pan out with a bit of luck. So I just need to get some more frames in to finish that, and we're not far off having this job done. So quickly just checking for the queen, but I can tell you she's not going to be here, and the reason I say that confidently is it's full of honey and it's got lots of pollen down the bottom. So, oh hang on, the queen cell in the middle. Trying to move them away for a bit. Look at that, it's open at the bottom and there's a queen growing in it. Right, how do we do this to get you right up close? Luke, I'll let you see if you can get in there on an angle.
Yeah, we can see it, don't move.
There's a queen being developed right now. That is unreal. So I would have to say that I feel like we're going to have a really successful split here. I need to move through the rest of the box now that I know I've got at least a couple of queens over there that are going to come along. That is great. Just got to make sure I don't have the current queen on it. I know I said I didn't think she'd be there because of all the honey, but well, she's laid an egg there for that new queen to appear. So I better be sure of myself. There's no guarantees in the world of beekeeping, so you've got to be thorough. And Luke, I've just, like, you look at that there, from where you're standing, can you see any other queen cells without looking hard?
No, not really.
There's two more, and I've just spotted them now. I'll just blow on that patch that seems to move them along.
Oh yeah.
So there's one that's capped over, and there's another one there next to it on the right that's also got a larvae in it. So this is just unreal. What a great find. If I was more experienced and better at it, I could collect them and use them in other hives. I'm not smart enough yet for that. That is ace. I just want them a bit closer to the centre of the hive, that's why I've just swapped sides. So I still need to get 2 more frames in there. At this stage I think I'll just keep using the ones in this box. And the only risk of that is I don't know what the condition of the bottom box is. So if there's hardly any brood in the bottom box, then the colony that I leave here, the original colony, is going to struggle a little bit. So it's a bit of a balancing act. But I only will find out once I get in there to see. Again, checking for the queen. Slow and systematic. So lots of honey. Heaps of honey. Not full though, but looks good. So this shows that there's still a bit of space in this colony, so the queen hadn't quite filled out all of it, but I can tell you now it's not far off. I don't think I've got a queen here. What's pleasing me, I don't think I've seen a hive beetle yet. It's good. I'm just putting this side to the outside because it's got the least going on there. I'm happy to leave that as that for now. Somehow then I've got to fit another frame in here, so just carefully move that over. I think that should be all right. I love this, look at all the pollen on their legs. So, capped honey. Few empty cells, no eggs. It's the slow, methodical search for Her Majesty. Some capped brood. Again, this is on the outside of the hive, so that's cool. That shows that they're really, it's quite a, well, we know it's a strong colony. Knew that already, but stronger than I probably anticipated. Right, so I'm going to move this one over. It's the last one for this box. I'm pretty confident that there's no queen in here, but as I'm sure you can understand, there's a risk that she is. Well, when I say there's no queen, we put queen cells over there and we saw that queen emerging, so there's a queen in here, but I'm hoping it's not the original queen, I should say. Probably the more accurate way to put it. Sorry girls. So these guys are nearly done in this box. I'm just going to put this on. I'm going to do it now so I can... Oop, moved a bit quicker than I was hoping. My other lid's under there. I'll put that on shortly, that's okay. I'm going to get these frames out, have a good look over them. I'm going to put them in that box I just put there, then that box will end up going in the place of this one. Once I've checked that I've got everything in here occurring how I want it. What I really need to know now is that I get rid of any queen cells in here. If I see the queen, that's good because I know that she's definitely still in there. That would be nice, and as I said, just to remove any queen cells as we go. I can already see queen cell just here, Luke. So this one I'm not going to let survive. There she is. Oh no, that's her there just trying to grow and develop. I'm not an expert on this, I'm not sure what is royal jelly and what was the bee, but I've just got rid of that one. That's what we're here for. This feels really light, this frame. So I wonder what we're going to spot here then. Full of pollen. I really want to see the queen. It's quite noisy over here, isn't it? Getting quite a few bees coming out to greet me just now. Just keeping it down low because it's just got a bit windy. So another great frame of brood. You can see brood from nearly fully developed right through to, well, even some probably trying to emerge through to larvae, drone cells, pollen. Every year I'm surprised at how big the drone are in comparison to the workers. I always forget that. I haven't seen it for so long. At least I know that there's still brood in this bottom box so that this colony still has a future, which I knew they were going to. No queen in my view. There's certainly more bees in that top box. That's the feeling I got. Heaps of brood. Just want to see some eggs. Luke, if you see a queen cell, make sure you shout out during this. Just don't assume I've seen it. Good to see the drone cells. Spring's looking good. So I've just spotted a queen cup just over here. Just going to open that up. Just whether you remove. Oh look, there's an egg in it. Can you get the egg?
Yeah, got it right there. Yep.
Far out. How's about that can go away? We're seeing everything today. Can't believe it. That's why I'm checking this, because that would have developed into a queen. And whilst that'd be important if we knew there was no queen, I'm still assuming there is a queen alive and well, given that it's such a fresh egg. I've tried to do all sorts of things before to stop a colony having that swarm instinct once it's started, but nothing really works as well as this, I reckon, what we're doing now. I don't think this, I lost the paperwork for this hive, and I honestly can't tell you what the status of the queen was. She's probably a candidate for replacement soon. That's probably enough. If I can't remember anything, then she probably hasn't been replaced in a while. But she's done a good job here. She's got these guys doing well over winter. Queen cell, 2 of them actually, 3 of them, 4 of them. I'll show you a bit more in a sec. Just look at having a good check for the queen. So there's one all the way up here. Not. So that's one dealt with. It's queen cup here. Dealt with. Another one here. Nothing in that one yet. Bit of a breeze. And another one here. Just capped off, so I expect to find some. Oh no, it wasn't. Not quite yet, but yeah, they'd certainly start to put some royal jelly in there. I'll open that up a bit better. So it was on its way. Still no sign of the queen though. I'm a little bit bothered by that, because that would just make me really content if I see her. It's alright, we'll still got 4 more frames to go. Still plenty of opportunity. really lucky with where the wind's coming from. We're still quite, even though it's quite strong up above, it's reasonably sheltered here. I'm going to assume that's a queen cup there. Not much to see. It was pretty, yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot to see there. I just got rid of a little cup that was just starting to form. Sorry girls, just a blast of wind. Still no queen. Not that they're perfect. It's really hard to spot them. I think I should point that out. So if you don't see them in an inspection, you obviously want to know the signs that you've actually got a queen, and that is that you've got fresh eggs, which we do. So if I don't see her, that's okay, but I definitely need to remove all those queen cells. If I don't see her and she was in that other first box that we filled up, that'd be a bigger issue. But I looked through that really thoroughly, so I reckon that she wouldn't be in there. Not seeing queen cells. Bit of honey on the corner, that's cool. So you could be looking, and as you turn the frame around, she could have just snuck through and gone to the other side at the brief moment you did that. I hope you understand how challenging it is to actually spot a queen. If a queen's marked, and this girl wouldn't be, it increases your chances probably tenfold. queen that I can see there. Last frame. Gonna hive beetle down there. That unit. Oh, full of honey. So I doubt we're going to find her here if it's chock-a-block with honey. Trying to get the sun. It's good to get the sun sort of in an angle where you can see in the cells nicely, but sometimes it's hard to find that position. Anyway, there's no queen cells there. No queen cells here. So no queen to spot. Doesn't mean she's not been there. So I can only assume that there's a queen in there. If she's over there, then that's interesting. It'll still unfold okay. If she isn't, if there's no queen in here, there's at least eggs in there that they'll be able to bring on and turn into a queen. That's clearly not what I'm trying to do, but that will be the backup plan, so to speak. These guys will be fine regardless, because we know there's plenty of queen cells there. So they're nearly finished. All I'm going to do now is put this one over here, lift that box off first, put the other box on and fill it with the frames, and I'll have two colonies now instead of just the one. Should only take me a moment or so. Just want to make sure she's not on the inside of the box, although I can't imagine she'd want to hang out there. But I'm sure it's been done before. Can't discount the lid as well. She could have been in the lid. I am in the process of moving this hive up to here shortly, so over the next week or two I'll bring it around, orient it slowly in a different angle and get it up here too, so it's off the ground. I always struggle with too much moisture when it's on the ground over grass, so I'll get it up, make it a bit more breathable. Sorry, mate. Just got to come past you there, Luke. I've got to get all these frames in. I don't even have enough frames to fill out this box today. I will get more. I've got more to make up. It's been a busy spring. So I've run out of gear quickly and I have to go to my supplier and stock up soon. If I didn't do anything about that and I just left it, the bees will just make their own honeycomb and they'll do a great job of it and they'll just fill the gaps. And that's fair enough too. It is making use of their space, I guess. Bit of a clean up as we go. Happy with that. I'm going to get the lid, which is just down here. If by random chance there's a queen in here, firstly I'm hoping she hasn't left here, but I didn't see any eggs when I looked briefly before. The other week it had some honey, a little bit of a honey store in it. So I'll just rotate it. It's hard to see it on the right angle to be able to look into the cells properly. Gee, they're fanning furiously down there now. Hear that? All of a sudden they've really just taken off. It's really obvious, isn't it, Luke?
Yeah, very loud. Yeah.
What's going on, girls? I wish I could talk your language. Anyway, I don't want to upset them, get them down low. That is really loud. They're not attacking. That's complete. Just to recap, old queen, giving her a second box, plenty of brood, so that'll come good. Over here, new queen that will be developing. We saw one almost hatching, so there's a full box of brood and honey and pollen down here. A whole new box of frames. I better put the lid on it. Bit of a different lid, this one. When you're desperate, you have to borrow stuff from friends. And all's good now. I reckon over the course of the next week or so, I won't see much activity here because most of those bees that are in here will fly back to the original hive, that are the foraging bees, and we'll slowly see that increase here with new foraging bees that are currently the nurse bees in there. They'll start making their way out, but don't expect to see that happening too quickly. I hope this all makes sense, what we've tried to achieve here today. If you know a better way, or you've got a few twists or changes to the system, let me know. I know in beekeeping there's so many different ways you can do all this. This is just one way I know, and one way I've had some success. But tell me what yours is. You can view more of these videos at hivekeepers.com or at the HiveKeepers Facebook page. And I want you to keep an eye out on the web page at hivekeepers.com for a special announcement coming up later this October. Anyhow, we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks to Luke for holding the camera. It's been much appreciated. And most of all, thanks to you for watching. Cheers.